Welcome, 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 everyone. I'm back with a brand new story, another of my favorite, and I'm sure it's going to be also your favorite. The title of the story is Little Red Riding Hood, and of course, it's by my favorite illustrator. This is why I choose this book all the time because I like the art. I like the way the characters are drawn. I like the illustrations. His name is James Marshall. So you can find a lot of nursery rhymes, kiddie stories, fairy tales by James Marshall because he likes to retell them and re-illustrate them in a fun, round, cutesy way. Little Red Riding Hood. A long time ago, in a simple cottage beside the deep, dark woods, there lived a pretty child called Little Red Riding Hood. She was kind, she was considerate, and everybody loved her. One afternoon, Little Red's mother called to her and said, "Granny isn't feeling up to snuff today," she said. "So I've baked her favorite custard as a little surprise. Be a good girl and take it to her, will you?" Little Red was delighted. She loved going to Granny's house, even though it meant crossing the deep, dark woods. When the custard was all cooled, Little Red's mother wrapped it up and put it in a basket. "Now, whatever you do," she said, "go straight to Granny's house. Do not tarry. Do not speak to any strangers." "Yes, Mom. Yes," said Little Red Riding Hood. Before long, she was in the deepest part of the woods. "Oh, no." "Oh," she said, "this is pretty scary." Suddenly, a large wolf appeared. "Good afternoon, my dear," he said. "Care to stop for a little chat?" "Oh, gracious me," said Little Red. "Mama said not to speak to any strangers." But the wolf had such charming manners. "And where are you going, sweet thing?" he said. "I'm on my way to visit Granny, who lives in the pretty yellow house on the other side of the woods," said Little Red Riding Hood. "She's feeling poorly, and I'm taking her a surprise." "You don't say," said the wolf. Just then he had a delightful idea. "No reason why I can't eat them both," he thought. "Allow me to escort you to Granny's house," he said. "You never know what might be lurking in these woods." "You're too kind," said Little Red Riding Hood. Of course, she took his arm and they left. Beyond the forest, they came to a patch of sunflowers. "Why not pick a few?" suggested the wolf. "Grannies, they love sunflowers, you know." But Little Red Riding Hood was picking a pretty bouquet. The clever wolf hurried on ahead to Granny's house. "Who is it?" called out Granny. "It is I, your delicious, darling granddaughter," said the wolf in a high voice. "The door is unlocked. Come on in," said Granny. "Surprise!" cried the wolf. Granny was furious at having her reading interrupted. "Get out of here, you horrible looking thing," she cried. "Get out." But the wolf gobbled her right up. OMG. He didn't even bother to chew. He just swallowed her. "Tasty, yum, yum, yum," he said, putting and patting his belly. "So tasty." Just then he heard footsteps on the garden path. "Here comes dessert," he thought. I can't wait." And losing no time, he put on Granny's cap and Granny's glasses and jumped into the bed and pulled the covers over him. Pretending to be Granny. "Who is it?" he called out in a sweet Granny voice. "It is I, your little granddaughter," said Little Red Riding Hood. "The door's unlocked. Come on in," said the wolf. Ugh. Little Red Riding Hood was distressed at seeing her grandmother so changed. "Why, Granny," she said, "what big eyes you have." "The better to see you, my dear," said the wolf. "And Granny, what long arms you have." "The better to hug you, my dear," said the wolf. "And Granny, oh my Lord, what big teeth you have." "All the better to eat you, my dear," cried the wolf. And he gobbled her right up. "I'm so wicked," he said to himself, "so wicked." But really, he was enormously pleased with himself. And having enjoyed such a heavy meal, he was soon snoring away. A hunter was passing by and was alarmed by the frightful racket that was going on in Granny's house. "That doesn't sound like Granny," the hunter said. And so the brave hunter jumped in the window, killed the sleeping wolf, and cut him open. Out jumped Granny and Little Red Riding Hood. "Woo! We're ever so grateful," said Little Red Riding Hood. "That wicked wolf won't trouble you again," said the hunter. "It was so dark in there I couldn't see a thing, or even read a word," said Granny. Little Red Riding Hood promised never, ever, ever to speak to another stranger, even if he's charming. And she never, ever, ever did again. The end. Well, guys. If you like it, don't forget to hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next one.